How long will it take to settle my Indiana case? Well, the answer is it depends. And I know that's a lawyerly answer, and I know nobody likes lawyerly answers, but that's the reality. In an injury case, settlement negotiations cannot begin until the client has reached maximum medical improvement. That's a fancy way of saying, hey, a doctor has said, I'm done with treatment. Now, not everybody heals 100%. Some people do, thank goodness, but not everybody does. Some people are going to have pain going forward, and that's not fair, and that's something we deal with. But ultimately, a doctor has to release the patient, and in injury law, we call that the patient and client receiving maximum medical improvement. So once maximum medical improvement has been obtained by the client, at that point, the lawyer will start requesting the medical records and the medical bills from the service providers, emergency room, doctors, the ambulance, the primary care doctor, physical therapist, chiropractor. There are so many providers, even with an emergency room. There's the ambulance, there's the ER doctors, the ER physicians hospital. There's usually 3 or 4 just with the emergency room. So there's so many things that we have to uncover and get. And quite frankly, this law firm, we start getting records way earlier than when the person's completely released. However, generally don't get the final treatment records and bills until the person is done because we don't have to request them twice because it costs the client more money. But ultimately, once the person is done, we start collecting records, we start collecting bills. When we have all that, how long will it take to actually get the medical records and bills? Well, different hospitals, different doctors, they take a different amount of time. However, we have a great relationship with multiple people throughout the state of Indiana, and we know who to contact and how to get things as fast as possible. It takes about 30 to 45 days to receive all of the records or the final records. Once those records and bills are done, they are put into what's called a demand. Now, a demand is a formal legal document, and it basically outlines the injuries, it outlines the responsibilities of the at-fault party, and it talks about the compensation aspect of a case. And once that demand is ready, prepared, reviewed, approved, all those fun things, it's sent to the insurance company along with the bills and records and whatever else we need to get them, pictures, statements, all sorts of fun stuff. And then we typically, at this law firm, give the insurance company 30 days to review and respond. If they do not review or respond within 30 days, we typically file a lawsuit. But lawsuits typically drag things out a little bit longer, so we try to get things done at this stage. So insurance companies will get the demand and they'll review things, and they're not going to take our word for it. They're going to go through the billing, and they're going to go through the medical records. They're going to have their computers, their algorithms, whatever, their doctors look at the things, and they're going to say, hey, you've asked for X. All we're prepared to do is Y. Now, we've been doing this for a long time. We kind of get a feeling pretty quickly if the insurance company is going to be reasonable based on their initial response. If they're going to be unreasonable, well, sometimes we have to file a lawsuit. And while that may make things last a little bit longer, sometimes it's necessary to achieve full justice. Now, sometimes the insurance company comes back closer than we thought. And hey, that signals to us that, hey, this insurance company is taking this case seriously, and maybe we can try to get this done. We recognize that most of our clients don't want a dragged out 5-year case, having to go to court and tell everything to the world to a jury or a judge. So we try to get things done before filing a lawsuit, but that is not always possible. So how long will it take to settle my Indiana injury case? It depends. It's going to depend on treatment. It's going to depend on when you're released. It's going to depend on the insurance company, and it's going to depend on, well, quite frankly, how good your lawyer is. Is your lawyer actually doing what they're supposed to be doing? Is your lawyer getting the records? Is the lawyer advocating for you? Is the lawyer putting deadlines on these insurance companies? Or are they letting things linger? Dragging a case along for no reason is never a good idea. Maybe an exception, but it probably doesn't apply to you. If you have any questions, give us a call, 317-632-3642. This law firm recognizes that people who have been injured in crashes, dog bites, slip and falls often experience a great deal of frustration. Allow the Marc Lopez law firm through that frustration and compensation.